News just coming in on the front of the war that's taking place in Israel now. Israel has intensified the attack on Hamas. The IDF says that fighter jets struck 150 underground targets in northern Gaza, including terror tunnels, underground combat spaces, additional infrastructure, killing several Hamas terrorists. Over the past 24 hours, Israel has upped the ante. The number of bombings have increased over the past 24 hours. And now the IDF, which is the Israeli Defense Forces, now says that the fighter jets have struck 150 underground targets. These targets were in northern Gaza. The targets include terror tunnels, underground combat spaces, additional infrastructure. Several Hamas terrorists have been killed. Israel has now intensified the attack on Hamas, and this is in line with what the Prime Minister had said, Benjamin Netanyahu, after the massacre that took place on the 7th of October, had said that the retribution will be extremely swift and it will be focused. And now the IDF is claiming that they have struck 150 underground targets. Terror tunnels have been destroyed, underground combat spaces have also been destroyed, and several Hamas terrorists have been killed. The latest visuals coming in from the Gaza border show that many tanks have now reached the border. A ground invasion of Gaza now seems imminent. My colleague Rajesh is now joining me from Tel Aviv in Israel. Rajesh, it seems like this is a war which will continue for the next couple of days, because even though the United Nations is now saying that there should be a humanitarian truce, Israel on the other side is only upping the ante.
Look, Aishwarya, not couple of days, couple of months. This war is going to continue for at least for a couple of months more. And what we saw yesterday was a limited ground incursion, biggest so far, but still a limited ground incursion. And Israel has officially announced that it is not the ground invasion they've been talking about for the last 2 weeks. So massive ground operations, the actual ground invasion is yet to come. There's one more interesting thing I would like to bring to the notice of our viewers is today is Shabbat. Like in Jewish tradition, you do nothing on Shabbat. There are people who do not drive cars. Some of the people do not even touch electricity. I mean, they're so strict about this. They do nothing, absolutely nothing on Shabbat. So today is Shabbat, and last night, Shabbat starts on Friday evening after sunset till the next sunset on Saturday. And they carried out this attack on Shabbat, which probably caught Hamas also unprepared, because probably they also did not expect IDF to go for a ground incursion on Shabbat. So this is kind of surprise which IDF could achieve, and surprise the very important element of war, very important principle of war. Coming to United Nations, the motion you're talking of, which was proposed by Jordan, was backed by a lot of countries. India abstained from that because there was no mention of Hamas terror in that. And this resolution has no meaning for Israel at all, because as long as America is backing Israel, Israel do not really care about what UN passes the resolution. They have already said that UN is anti-Israel, and they even asked the resignation of the Secretary General of United Nations, Aishwarya.